Hello, it's Carrie with Lemia Fox Jewelry and Art. I wanted to give you guys kind of a look at what I've made. But this is the book, the little journal that I have so far. I kind of wanted to stop and say, hey, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing good. I was suddenly called out of town, so I haven't been able to work on this video like I wanted to, because I wanted to get this out earlier. But today we're going to go ahead and start on working on the pages, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the papers that I'm going to be using to put in this journal. So to make this book, I'm using, I've got all kinds of fabric crumbs, so to speak, on here. To make this book, I'll be putting 17 sheets of paper in this signature. This is going to be the beginning of my signature, and this is going to be the middle of my signature. So I've cut these down to 4 by 6 so that they can be those two things. So I'm going to set these guys aside, and I want to talk a little bit about my pages that I'm using. I actually found this last weekend. I found this little pad at my, I finally, after not going to the thrift store for 3 months, I finally went and I found this really cute little gem of a notebook, and I'm super excited to use this. They're the perfect size to use in these little journals. Okay, this is a composition notebook that I've taken and just torn off the front cover. What I did is I took one of these just like this, and I cut it down to 4 inches, and then I like this little header at the top where you have that little bit. So when I cut it down on this side, I kind of turned it so that it was 4 inches from there. So I've taken one. So there's going to be 4 of these. See, there's 4 in each of these books. So there's 4 because I took one whole signature and I'm making it into 4 signatures in the book. Okay, so that's this piece. I also have these, and these are, so they're like a card blank that I've cut it in half, and then they fold in half, and they're nicely, approximately the size that I want. So that's the other thing that I'm using. These pages right here, these are from a 4 by 6 notebook paper pad from the dollar store. That's what I'm using there. I like to get really big art book paper pads. They're about 18 by 24 inch size. I like to get them, and then I'll kind of size them down to what I need. I've taken a large paper pack. I want to say this is, what is this? This is tracing paper or something. And I think I did the same thing with this one. But I sized this down. Most everything has been cut down. These guys are 4 by 6 or approximately there. Approximately that big, 4 by 6. So this one is actually 4 inches tall, and it's 7 inches long. So the reason why I did that is because I want to make a pocket. I want to take a minute here to kind of prepare these pages the way that I'm going to prepare them so that they're going to be ready to go into this book when I'm finished putting it together. So I'm going to show you my process on doing that. First of all, on these pages that are 4x7, and I have 2 of these. So I have a total of 15 sheets here plus these 2. So that's a total of 17 in the signature. I'm going to start by folding this up, and I'm just eyeballing it, but it's about an inch, maybe an inch, I don't know, an inch and a quarter, I don't know. That's what I'm going to do, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing here. After I finish folding this down, I'll go ahead and turn my page and fold this in half. And I'll do the same with the other piece. Then I'm really just folding everything else up. I'm just folding it in half. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process. Obviously, you guys know how to fold paper in half. So, yeah, this is me just folding these pages in half. Let's go to this. What I'm doing with these guys is I'm going to take the whole stack of all 4 of them. I'm going to fold them in probably about like here. And then I'm going to fold them to that point right there. That's what I'm doing. Now, since I've made up one of these, I have an idea of the order that I want my papers to go in. And I'm going to put my pages together. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this process. I'm going to start by separating out each of the different papers and going ahead and trying to just figure out where I want to put each different paper that I've assembled here. It can be a little bit hard sometimes to just do this, but yeah, I think that I agonize over things too much probably, but anyway, in the end I always kind of like what I do or what I've done, and if I don't, then you know, that's just a little bit too bad, I guess. And of course, this is completely and entirely arbitrary. Like, you could decide to put anything you want anywhere you want to put it. Let me think. Okay, so this is the basic that I have. As you can see, we will need to be doing a little bit of trimming here. And so that's kind of the basic idea there. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming and I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be right back. I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone, but you're in the middle of a project and you realize, okay, I made a slight miscalculation. So, when I put my papers together, I was going on the assumption that the width of this is a certain width. And somehow I had miscalculated and made the width of this a little bit longer than the other journal that I put together. So because of that, I kind of needed to scramble a little bit. And I had to kind of add some little bits and pieces to my pages. I wanted to kind of show you that, but I don't think you have to see me doing it for everything. But you can see right here what I've done is I've taken my paper. And what I'll usually do if this happens, because not that this happens, okay, let's put it this way. Not that this happens a lot, but it has happened where I've wanted to extend the size of pages. Like for instance, when I do my little golden books, in the past, I've taken the pages, and if you don't cut off that little quarter, that little ½ inch off, then when you do your little golden books, then there's a, like the 12 by 12 inch size of paper cut down doesn't fit the width still. So I've kind of, this is a trick that I came up with for extending, and probably it's I'm sure tons of people have done this before, but what I'll do is I'll take a strip of some paper. So this is strips of this paper that I have, and it's been cut down to 4 inches tall, and I just put it on the edges. Because I've already folded this, I put it on the edges. I had to put it on both edges so that I could extend to the size that I wanted. I'll usually put, like, here is the white edge, but I've covered it with the lace. And then you have the decorative paper. I have decorative paper, and then you see the white here. Here's another little piece, and I just edge it with the little piece of decorative paper. I ended up going back. I have a stack of them, so I had a few extras, so I took the ones out that, see these ones that I had cut down. I took those out, and I got some other ones that hadn't been cut down, and then I adjusted it. But I'll take this out, see, because I did end up putting an extender on there. But I just, because I hadn't folded it yet. I also took the opportunity to do, and I extended these pieces so that I can put these pockets on. But I also just took and cut some pieces of this, and they didn't need to be folded in like I was planning on. This is how I took care of the short page. So these are pages from the dollar store thing. I'm going to extend this one so I can show you my process on extending that one. I like the edging because it really, it gives it a nice, I think it looks pretty.
I also like that it adds a really nice piece of interest to the page without adding any bulk.
So I'm going to put that down right there. We're going to take these two and we're going to extend them. But it's important to know where they are in the book because you don't want to extend it too much or too little. So we know that this goes in here, right like that. I'm going to keep that there actually for a minute. And this one goes in here. So I'm going to take this out. Sorry, we want it to go here. We need to extend this. We don't want it to go any past here. And so obviously this is just a matter of pretty much taking your glue, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a little dot of glue down this edge. Set that aside for a second. And on this edge here. And then I will go ahead and pop this down, trying to match that up. Now I'm going to take this off of here. And put this piece on here, maybe like this. So I'm going to fast forward through that so you can see my technique again. You guys don't want to watch this.
So I'll go ahead and put the glue on just like I did on the other side. And because I've already put the extender on the other side, I'm able to just kind of easily put this down just like so.
And that's the way I'm going to be doing this.
In the interest of time, I've decided not to include the footage of me putting on the other extender because I think you can figure it out.
This is what we have for the pages.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll catch me in the next video where I'll take these pages and make them into something even more spectacular. I hope to see you then. Bye.